has nothing to do with what's going on today. Nothing at all. I mean, you're asking me. Your question was you're asking me to.
Crimea is a part of Ukraine, so it kind of does.
It's been, I want to say, a show.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Today we're in Laguna Beach, California. We're going to see how confident people are about the Biden administration handling the current conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and if they think this would be happening if Trump was still president. Let's go talk to some people. Are you concerned about the current conflict happening in Ukraine?
Yes, very, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I am, because I know a lot of Ukrainians and Russians, and they're usually good friends with each other, so if they're killing each other, it's not a good thing, I don't think.
Now, Kamala Harris is headed over there this week to basically rally a united front against Russia. Does that make you feel better about the situation?
I think the situation not being a situation would make me feel better.
No. I mean, look at what she's done with the border, nothing. It's bad enough our president has dementia. She's even worse, so I don't know.
I don't know how much that will accomplish, really in practical means.
I was a lawyer for 30 years in 2 states and doing high-end trial work, courtroom work, and she was too for a long time, and she has very limited international experience. I'm very concerned that she's not qualified for that position as it relates to that job. I think other things she could be good at in the criminal justice system, but internationally, absolutely not. I don't think she's qualified to make that much of a difference because she doesn't have that kind of background in international law or in international norms. She's vice president. I respect the position, but she certainly doesn't have the experience to stop a war. I see the French president's been trying to do that, Macron, and I think he's doing a noble job of that.
What do you think?
She's ineffectual.
That is worrisome, yeah, that she has no acumen. Why would you send her there? But, she is the vice president, so that carries weight.
I mean, a lot of people are bringing up how she has no foreign policy experience. Does that worry you?
Yes, I haven't seen her do anything to any effect yet.
How do you think she did on the border crisis?
Crappy.
I don't think she's got the skill set, really, for the job she has.
She wasn't meant to be in that position. They put her there just to get the vote, and it's been, I want to say, a show.
Does that make you feel better about the situation, or what are your thoughts?
Particularly, no.
Why is that?
Because I'm not real sure there's anything that we can do to put pressure on Putin to stop invading Ukraine.
People have brought up how she has no foreign policy history and experience. Is that worrisome to you or no?
I'd rather see Biden over there. He does have the experience.
Why do you think he's not over there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, a lot of people are pointing to her handling the border crisis. Do you think she was effective in that?
I don't think so. I think the border is a little out of control.
For the border, she went down to Central America to find out the root causes of the crisis. Do you think she'll do something like that, maybe deep in Russia, to find out the root causes of them wanting to invade Ukraine?
Probably.
They look at the border situation that she was put in charge of. They don't believe she did a good job on that. Does that worry you guys when it comes to putting her in charge of this?
The border situation with Mexico?
Yes, correct.
Well, that situation's been around for a long time before Kamala came into the picture. And so I could,
Well, recently we've been seeing record numbers, like
right.
30-year highs.
Because this whole crazy economic crisis and COVID is affecting the entire world. So people that are more desperate are coming to more affluent areas like America. So I don't think it's like a Republican or Democratic thing. It's like a human thing.
They had the Remain in Mexico policy implemented that seemed to tank crossings. Biden lifted that, and as soon as he lifted that, numbers skyrocketed. Is there no causality there? You think it's just a correlation?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been following that.
When it comes to inflation, crime, homelessness, I mean, you name it, we have a lot of problems in the United States. Do you think that this is a distraction from a lot of the issues we have here at home?
I don't think it's a distraction. I think that Biden's government inherited a lot of problems.
Do you think that that's a distraction for a lot of these issues that we have here at home? What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, there's enough stuff going on here for sure. I don't really know that much about what's going on over there, but it's not really our problem.
I think he's been blocked by doing a lot of things because of the stall in Congress and the 2 Democratic congressmen who are voting against him and stuff like that. I'm disappointed in Biden, but I still support him.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Afghanistan was a disaster for this administration, obviously. When it comes to Biden's foreign policy, does that worry you about how he would handle a potential Russia invasion of Ukraine?
A little bit. I think he's trying to make himself give an image that he's like not as hard as Trump. I mean, his whole position is that he's not Trump. So Trump
that is literally the whole position.
Trump is this like, oh, I'm tough on China, I'm tough on Russia. So Biden's trying to be like, no, let's be a little more friendly. But
is that a bad thing or a good thing?
I mean, it really depends on the situation. You really gotta see what needs what kind of position, you know? He is the president. He can't really be super lenient. He's got to do something.
Yeah.
But I mean, like just with Ukraine, with Afghanistan,
Yeah.
I mean, he's way too soft. So.
Do you think that Russia would be trying to invade Ukraine right now if Trump was still president?
Sure.
My gut reaction to that question is no.
No way.
Yes. No. If Trump was still in office, it wouldn't be like this.
Probably not. I'm not a fan of Trump. I didn't vote for him either time, even though I've been a Republican.
But you don't think that Putin would be trying to invade Ukraine right now if
no.
Trump were still in office?
No, I don't believe so. I think that Putin would have held off.
I don't know. I mean, Trump was in his back pocket.
What do you mean by that?
I think he controlled Trump, and I think I don't like either one of them. I think they're both evil. Who is more evil? Not sure.
If he controlled Trump, don't you think he would have invaded Ukraine during Trump's administration?
Not necessarily, because the U.S. would have been against it, and he wanted to maintain his control on Trump, so I don't know if he would have done it then.
Maybe he even knows. Maybe he knows what Putin's up to. Maybe these two still talk.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Who, Trump?
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe he still has pageants over there. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what Donald Trump's doing?
So perhaps more pageants over there, no invasion of countries.
I guess stranger things could be suggested, but
Putin wanted to play Trump for as much as he could get, and he would still be doing that, and in doing so, he wouldn't want to upset the apple cart that way.
You think Putin and Trump got along better, and that's why he didn't want to interfere with?
I do think that's a part of it, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but yes, invasion's a pretty big one. But then, so is the insurrection. That was a pretty big one too.
You know, he wants to get stuff from us, and it was much easier when Trump was president.
Trump was pretty tough on Russia when it came to foreign policy under his administration. Maybe people could make the argument that they were friendlier with each other, but policy-wise, he was pretty rough on Russia.
Was he really?
Yeah.
The withdrawal from Afghanistan was such a debacle that, I think it emboldens Russia and China. China's going to go after Taiwan now, and what are we going to do? A few sanctions, I don't think it matters. But I think if Trump was in office, I don't think this would be happening.
Why do you say no way?
Because Trump had teeth in his foreign policy, and this presidency has no teeth in foreign policy.
Why do you think so?
Because Biden showed that we are weak. When he pulled out everybody out of Afghanistan like that and left all of our military equipment, that was Putin's biggest open door that we have no control over this country right now.
Do you guys think that Biden's foreign policy so far, let's say with Afghanistan and stuff, have they shown strong foreign policy so far under this administration?
Probably no. Not as strong as it should be and could be.
I think the Democrats come off as weaker. They're concerned about other things. They're not really looking at the big picture worldwide.
Under Obama, Russia took Crimea, skipped Trump. Now they're talking about taking Ukraine. What do you think?
That has nothing to do with what's going on today. Nothing at all. I mean, you're asking me. Your question was you're asking me to,
Crimea is a part of Ukraine, so it kind of does.
But you're asking me whether you think Trump would have stopped Putin from.
It's a hypothetical, right?
Hypothetical question would take Ukraine, and I'm saying, well, I don't really know.
None of us do.
None of us do, but but Trump didn't stop Putin from doing anything else.
You just think it's just because they feel like doing it now?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought of that. It's an interesting point. So.
everyone's focused on Trump. So take Crimea, everyone's focused on Trump, forget about Crimea for a bit, and then kind of move into Donbass slowly. Biden makes this whole mess, just like with Trump. Everyone's focused on Biden. Okay, they forgot about everything. Now let's move more into Donbass. It's more about the waiting game.
A little commercial break, you would say.
Yeah.
What do you think?
There's a different tact for the two sides. Diplomacy is always the democratic way, and I'm not sure it does all that much. Trump, a little bit tougher. Not necessarily with Russia. My thing with Trump was more about his stance on China. That's where I more side with him. He seemed to be pretty friendly with Putin.
For sure.
But you have a point. Nothing happened. So.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. Now, Laguna Beach is a pretty liberal area, but we came across a lot of people that are not confident in this administration's ability to prevent this potential conflict. Let me know what you guys thought about these conversations in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification so you're notified next time I post. We'll see you next time. Jackson, are you concerned about Ukraine?